This is Mike Trueblood, sports editor of the Galesburg Register-Mail, here with Galesburg head basketball coach Mike Reynolds as the Streaks get ready for another Western Big Conference weekend. Going on the road this week at Rock Island on Friday night. That's where you found your success in the Big Six, is on the road thus far.
Yeah, we haven't played real well at home. We've lost, 3 home games, 1-2 on the road in the first trip around. We had a decent homestand. We didn't play well on the Friday nights, but won 4 out of 6 games, and we'd like to hopefully get back to our winning ways this weekend.
We talked about this before we went on camera. 30-plus point loss to Quincy last Friday, and you never like to lose a game, but what's worse, losing a buzzer beater or losing a game like that?
Well, I haven't lost too many like that in my life, but I think I've coached. I don't know. We were figuring out the other day, almost 470 games or something, and it hasn't been too many like that in my life, and it's not a lot of fun, and it makes for an interesting practice week. The next week, we can get ourselves refocused and ready to go, and I think our guys will respond.
The difference I thought of when I was thinking about that question was usually in a blowout like that, you have a long time to stand there and kind of take it all in as it's unfolding. But in a buzzer beater, boom, it's over. And then you spend all that time afterward thinking about all the things you could have done or should have done to prevent that. So in a game like that, are you quick to get past it and get on to the next one, or do you go back and look at film as much as you would as a
well, we're always, basketball's a long season, but the turnarounds are usually quick. So, we've got 2 games against high-level teams this weekend against Rock Island and TF North, and we have to be ready, but we needed, there were some major issues in that game, and we took a couple days off of practice, and then we came back yesterday and watched some of the film and discussed some things, and you have to get to a point of where do you want it to go here? Are we gonna is that who we are the last Friday night, or are we gonna get back to being who we want to be? And that's only a choice really the kids can make. So it's gonna be a training camp like 4 days of practice, and we'll get back on the saddle on Friday night.
Actually, this is the halfway point of the Big Six season. It's the second round as we start Friday night. And you lost at home to Rocky the first time around, but they kind of suffered a similar fate as you on their game last Saturday when they got beat by Normal West by only scored, I think it was 42-28, only scored 28 points in that game. What do you think about Rocky this time around? Has anything really changed with what they're doing since the first time you played them?
Well, they're playing a little smaller. They don't play one of their big kids quite as much, but I think they have. Their starting five is really good, and they've got kind of a set lineup, and they're a little more in tune to that than when probably we are right now. We're kind of in flux, trying to find a lineup again that is going to work for us, and find a rotation that's going to work for us. So with the Tucker kid and the Price kid, they've got probably 2 all-conference players, and we got to figure out a way to slow those guys down without it letting anybody feel real comfortable offensively. And last time, we went through a 3 or 4 minute stretch where we turned the ball over at a high rate, and they came down and got a lot of uncontested layups and dunks. And, if we can kind of control those 3 or 4 minutes, I think there'll be a tight ball game. Saturday
night, had the Galesburg shootout to look forward to. A lot of teams coming in. Girls are playing also in the afternoon. You guys have 7:45, is that right? Against Thornton Fractional North. And what do you know about that team?
Well, I've watched, they just played in a tournament down in Southern Illinois in Salem, and, played some really good teams, and I've watched some of those tapes, and they press and they run, and it's going to be a fast-paced game. So it's actually pretty much a good comparison to have them with Rock Island, because, it makes the prep maybe a little easier than it would if they were a completely different style on Saturday night. And, they've started the season off. They haven't played quite as many games. They weren't in a Christmas tournament. So, their schedule's kind of backloaded with games, as ours was a little front-loaded. So it's just a different point in the season, and it should be a interesting contest. It's, I've never coached against them before, and they've, not in my 10 years here. So it's it should be an interesting game, give a new opponent for our fans, and they've got 2 or 3 high-level players and certainly a high-level system that we're going to have to be ready to roll.
Well, like you said, there's a quick turnaround on your schedule week to week, and we hope you get back on it and get back after it this weekend on the road and then back home. So good luck.
Thank you.